to Austin, Texas, where they will have a VIP pass to the Lone Star Clash, and where they will get to take part in all of the fun and festivities.
Time, Ben, the Rex is really far forward. Now, in the previous game, we were not 100% right, but I mean, you can have a wall all you want. If you don't have a Marine behind it, you're in a little bit of trouble.
That's the damn truth, Kev.
And this time, I don't think he's going to get a Marine behind it. Now, you could perhaps say that he could still get a wall, repair it, and get a Rex in his main or fly it over, and then... But that would be so much repair time.
You can technically repair forever with just a couple of Lings chipping away, but it'll be kind of hard. Here come those Zerglings. Interesting that Revival's choosing this hyper-aggressive playstyle not once, but twice in a row.
Yeah, certainly after being so strong and convincing in game number 1. Current score is, of course, 1-1. If you guys can see on top of the screen, wasn't sure if we had a scoreboard, but we do.
We do indeed.
Well,
here comes Revival again. Hero SCV is going to see everything. Where's the Marine? Where's the Marine, Kev?
Marine is here, but
run, Billy!
I can do it!
You can do it, man! The Zergling's just a little bit faster. This is a race. He's got to get up the ramp. Can he get in?
No!
Billy! Billy made it.
You saw him running?
Man, he is so out of breath right now.
Yeah, he's like, man, I'm military practice definitely
and he can't even go like take a rest. He has to like get in the bunker and get ready to shoot. Yeah. Really stressful life.
I mean, that's a lot. I would already feel a lot more convenient in a bunker shooting at stuff than having to run with a gun in my hand away from 8 Zerglings.
Man, somebody in chat just pointed out that that's obviously not Billy, because Billy would have gotten caught and eaten by the Zerglings.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Pretty accurate point. That's Billy's.
No, that was Tom Cruise.
Billy's older brother, Bubba.
No, it's Tom Cruise.
Bubba's a little more badass than Billy.
It's Tom Cruise.
Kevin, it's not Tom Cruise.
You know, no, if it would have been Tom Cruise, he would be running, then jump on the destructible debris, and then like.
Kevin, Tom Cruise is not cool. You have to stop with this.
Shoot like a cable and then like slide.
It actually makes me mad. Like it's like evoking a physical response in me.
What do you have against Tom Cruise?
He's not cool, bro. Command Center going down for the STC as Revival's just trying to recover economically. Once more, he's in kind of an awkward spot. Yeah. Can't really see any reason for STC to change anything about his gameplay from Antigua Shipyard.
Then again, Ben, we said this earlier tonight when we were casting the TvZ of Revival. He just likes to open aggressively so often. I thought this was more of a thing that he mostly did against weaker European players or North American players, with all due respect. But it seems like he loves to do this in any sort of situation. He just feels comfortable in these unorthodox situations. If you open up Temple against Terran in... Well, this is triple orbital now, by the way. If you open that like 3 out of every 10 games, you're gonna have 10 times the amount of experience that Terran players have in this scenario. Now, of course, you could say, how much does experience matter when, at the end of the day, you're still in a worse shape than a Terran player? Well, I don't know. That's to be seen. In the first game, it decided that, or the second game, basically, I should say.
Yeah, I think that logic makes a lot of sense when you're, when the game is young and new and players aren't, players haven't experienced as much of it as guys like the STC have. I mean, STC might not have played against Tinpool as often as Revival has done it, but I think he's played against it enough to know, okay, well, if I just deal with this, make some Banshees, I'm safe against everything, and now I can transition into the mid-game with a big healthy lead.
That's exactly what he does. That's exactly how Antigua played out. So yes, Ben, I guess you're right, but hey, maybe Revival still feels he can do it. But I guess pulling it off against all the foreign Terrans that he played against, or pulling it off against a player like STC, it's a little bit different.
Now this time Revival is taking a much faster third base. We do see a small swell of Zerglings here. I guess he's going to need these just for some scouting. Nice Overlord there though. He gets over the starport, scouts the tech lab. He knows what up.
He knows what up. Don't tell that Overlord what up. No. STC not really paying attention to these Hellions. He's going to end up losing at least one of them. Oh, what a juke. Man, that was juke with the Sentry. That was like Fast and the Furious juke, you know, like immediately hit the handbrake where everything else passes by. And now the other Hellions is like, you did the stare and drive, didn't you? He got that from me.
And that Hellion's going to get caught as... hello, Zerglings. He's just going to have a bunch of lanes running up into the natural. I think
not very successful.
Yeah.
And he picks up a Hellion and he forced the SCVs to retreat for a little while, but very unlikely that Revival's going to kill a lot of SCVs there. That's of course
I feel
the
like
SCC
these
knows
are
how to deal
tactics
with
Revival uses to win Playham.
Yeah. Revival's like, hey, normally this
works every time,
I
man.
kill 18 SCVs. Why is this not working? No, I want at least 36 Playhams. I know what I'm doing. The STC is like the dog who actually knows what he's doing. You have no idea what you're doing.
It's like Airbud.
84 drones still though, Ben, against only 36 SUVs, so if he doesn't take too much damage from these Banshees, he might be okay.
Banshee versus Queen. Banshee wins every time. That means she'll fall, and so will a couple of drones. Cloak's finishing up soon as well. So more damage probably to follow. Hellion's going to try a little bit of run-by action, and this might work, Kev.
So many links have been sacrificed. We still have 19 links on the map though. 19 links should be more than enough.
Not going to work. Not on creep. VTech's online.
They're on the drive. Vin Diesel. Wow. Vin Diesel's doing it great, man.
Pretty slick micro.
Forcing out 16 more additional links. 59 drones still though for Revival, but he's definitely gonna lose a few now. Oh, that's a nice moment for a Queen to pop. Gonna deal some serious damage on these Hellions.
And her sister's coming down to watch.
Yeah.
Good job, Betsy.
We should show those boys who's in charge.
Lings once more going to speed out across the map, see if they can find a new opening. But I think STC's done a great job. Somehow Revival's worked himself into a supply lead. I guess it's just because he's built so many units.
He has a lot of drones. Betsy was like, those boys think they come into our neighborhood with their fancy cars.
Kids these days, driving their Hellions on my creep.
Nice sweet spot over here for these Banshees as Cloak is activated. It's going to get a couple of nice shots off on these drones, and I mean, if you would start focusing this spawning pool rather than wasting all the shots in the
possible that he
extractor.
could get it down in time, although I feel like an Overseer, yeah, there's the Overseer. Yeah, it's going to chase those guys away, so no more of that action.
Panging Glance being researched as well right now for Revival, man. Overall, this is pretty damn okay for Revival. He didn't take that much damage, obviously took, well, he lost 11 drones, but against all those Hellions, Cloak Banshees and whatnot, I feel that was quite okay. And yes, STC did force out quite a few links, but since he had so many hatcheries early on already, well, apparently we did have a small pulse.
Yeah, pause for Pazuki break.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, I heard it's Pazuki day. Revival was like, it's not Pazuki day, I didn't win to play him yet. No, it's still Pazuki. Well, imagine if Revival eats Pazuki every time he wins to play him.
He's going to look like goo.gl soon.
I'm not sure if that was an appropriate joke or not.
Come on, man. I don't think anybody minds.
Well, what if goo.gl is watching and he hates you right now?
I met goo.gl. The first thing he said to me is, "Where's the ice cream?"
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lie.
It's true. Rhett was there. So was his girlfriend.
Okay, I believe you, man.
And then I saw him later that night. And he was sitting on Tasteless's bed eating ice cream.
Was he happy?
He was so happy.
That's all.
He had this big smile on his chubby little face.
Ben always makes fun of my dog at home, guys.
Your dog is so fat.
Oh.
Dude, don't even play like she's not. She is fat.
But she's so nice. And she's so happy.
She is very happy. She's very nice. And she is very fat.
Oh, she's not that fat. She's a little bit fat. I mean, hey, you're not going to put a dog with like an 8-year-old Akita, you're not going to put her on a diet
Dude,
anymore.
you know Kitty's getting kind of fat. Have you noticed this?
No.
She's gaining some weight. Look at her when she gets home. Or when you get home.
Oh,
She like sits down and you can see her fat little belly.
But she still only weighs like 2 pounds.
Yeah, but I mean, she's tiny, dude.
I mean, my dog definitely does not weigh 2 pounds.
Kaisha weighs like 200 pounds.
Oh, no, not 200.
She's not Letod's size yet, but she's getting there.
2-2 upgrades are on the way for Revival. For people who wonder and perhaps seen pictures of my dog, I have an American Akita. Or a great Japanese dog, however you want to call it.
It's an American Akita, just like all great things.
She's super awesome. Yeah, maybe that's why she's fat. She's like, yeah, of course I'm fat. Of course I'm a fat dog. I have American in my name. This is America. My dog does not settle for dog food, wants Mountain Dew and big ass fries. My dog does not drink water, drinks Mountain Dew.
I had a dog that her name was Veronica, and we would feed her root beer. You know
told
what
you
root beer is. Yeah, you told me your root beer story. And we would feed her root beer, and she would drink it, and then it would like kind of sparkle in the back of her throat, and it'd freak her out, and she'd bark at it.
Oh.
And then she would drink it some more, and then she'd bark at it again. It was really cute.
Oh. Pretty big drop evolving on the right bottom side of this map ban for the STC. And yeah, Revival's not all that well prepared. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. Also important, Adrenal Glands upgrade, guys. If you ever play Zerg, do not forget about the Adrenal Glands upgrade. This is not a joke. You're not playing a game.
I've got to say, Revival's really recovered nicely in terms of his economy. He's in a great position here.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick Pongo.
There's nothing there to clean up. Here comes some more Zerglings, but I think this is
at the same time, man, we got quite a few Marines on the right side of the map as well. So Revival completely out of position right now.
Brought his whole army to deal with that drop. That's not how you want to do it, Revival.
And end up losing a few Overlords over here.
Yep, and again, sends the whole army over to the left side. I think it's time for the drop to just come back.
Nice.
Not the best crisis management.
How can you play like this in Stone when you're when you have absolutely no vision of those areas? There's not even a Viking on the map right now, as far as I recall.
I don't think so.
There's not a Viking on the map, not a single one.
Finally, this drop's
nice
going to be fumbled to death and dealt with. So, well done there by Revival, eventually dealing with it. But I feel like that was so effective for the STC. And at the same time, look at STC. He's just using it. Why is Revival sending his whole army everywhere?
That's too right. He's having a shot to run test.
Really quite sloppy as Ling's sort of running in single file, taking some heavy damage, and all of a sudden STC's in a position to deny this expansion.
19 Banelings are morphing, man. They're morphing over here from the left side, but Baneling speed is not ready yet. They're wiggling.
Wiggle, yeah.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Kitty style.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Banshee's going to be just picking off. Man, this is so good. The Banshee really absorbing quite a bit of Infestor energy there.
There are 5 Ultralisks on the way, though. If those pop, this is going to be a whole different ballgame.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There's the Marine stimming.
Now the Banelings say, they see me rolling.
Hey, trying to catch him right and dirty. Here comes everything, and Revival looks like he has just the right number of stuff to push everything back to the edge of his creep. He's going to have to regroup once more. Ultralisk going.
He has 91 drones banned. He has sick production, but he really needs to keep up injecting. I'm not sure if he really is injecting. How many queens do you have? He has only 3 queens. I don't think that's enough, man. I think he needs more than 3 queens.
Maybe. I don't think his injector's been perfect, though. I think he could use a couple macro hatcheries. And we do have to realize that his money's staying nice and low, so even if he had more
has the Ultras right now, though. He should be able to roll through it. All the tanks are on siege.
The Big Papa and all his cousins are going to come crashing in here. Oh, those tanks.
Love it when you call me Big Papa. Then you finish the sentence band, throw your hands in the air.
I don't know the words to this song.
If you're a true player. You know that song.
I know the song because I watched that movie with
the
Keanu
baseball
Reeves.
movie.
It was really sad.
Yeah, the baseball kid.
Yeah.
He gets shot, right?
Yeah.
Nice
job.
It's not funny, man. Stop joking about it.
I'm not joking, bro.
Love it when you call me Big Papa.
What is that? Is that Tupac?
No, Notorious B.I.G. Man, wow.
Were they friends?
Yeah, maybe once upon a time they were, but in the end they all ended up both dead, so I'm not sure if they were great friends with each other or not.
They're rapping together.
Wow, you really know nothing about American history.
Yeah, yes, because the history
You want to say that's not part of American history?
You're right. It's a very important part of our history. You're exactly right.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna start a petition to get it added to the textbooks.
That is a very important part of American history. We do all these Ultralisks. We see them rolling in, man. Great Pongos. This looks fantastic for Revival. There's no answer to all these Ultras. There are a few Marauders, reinforcements coming in. But the Baneling, well, okay, Infest is not supporting that well right now.
But these Ultras just crushing right through everything. So much health and armor on these guys.
Link's dealing a lot of damage as well in one of the bases. We do have a drop going on the left side of this map, but Revival, man, he's still looking healthy and still looking strong. Quite a few Ultras are still alive.
170 supply against 130 in the STC.
Big drop in the main base, though.
It's a nice drop. Nothing back here to deal with it. Could pick off some valuable tech. A couple of Lings hatching but dying immediately. Another drop on the other side here. Revival really needs to deal with this. This could be a big problem for Revival. Spawning pool is going to be pressured now. Now this expansion on the left side also going to fall. That hatchery is definitely dead.
Ultralist popped out, maybe.
Happy little Ultra.
No, the hatchery is not dead, man. The Ultra suddenly don't look that terrifying anymore.
And it's gone.
Good job there by the SCC. As Revival still has a small supply lead, but it's not as intimidating as it once was. A couple of changelings marching out. This drop is still alive, man. How is that drop still alive?
It's just not been done. How's that spawning pool still alive?
Yeah, that's
perhaps
a
more relevant question. Another Marauder or another Ultralist shows up. He's gonna make short work of these Marauders.
That's all.
Once more, Revival sending his entire army to deal with.
More Lings over here on the right top side of this map. STC sending his entire army right now. Great game over here on Metalopolis. Took a little while before it kicked in. But now
Ling's gonna be burrowed there, but STC saw it, scanned, killed it.
How can you play a ZVT and being this blind? Like, I cannot even.
Wow.
I don't know. I can't capitalize on
Like the
that.
loudest cricket ever just started chirping right outside the studio.
There's this one cricket who.
You guys might even be able to hear that through the microphones.
He's like.
It is like super cricket.
I think he heard you saying that Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. are not part of American history, and he's freaking.
It's part of American history. I just don't see how it's an important part of American history.
Because there was a lot of tension back then between the East and the West. And they are two of the biggest artists of the 90s, if not the biggest.
That sounds really important.
How is that not important?
How is that important? What is the relevance to the history of the country?
It's shaped your culture.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of people on Twitter universe will disagree with you on this. I don't see how you cannot think that's important. If two of the most famous artists in the 90s, who basically represent one side of the country to the other side of the country, both end up dead, how can you say that's not important? But during all this, man, the STC did macro up the 200 supply. And they also, I should by the way add, instead of just focusing on the negative, provided some of the best hip-hop music ever made. Which might not be too relevant for you since you don't like it that much. For many people, it did mean a lot, man.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of people out there will
It was
agree
obviously
with you.
very important in the Netherlands.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they rocked the charts over here. They rocked the charts over there. Seeker missiles being researched right now for the STC. The STC, for some reason, Ben, is so extremely rich, while Revival is not. Revival must have taken so much damage from these drops, while the drops just keep going on. But once more, Ben, I don't really see how he will not take a lot of damage of drops when he's playing as blind as he is.
Yeah, he's not seeing any of these medevacs in transit, and he's also pretty unaware of this army. Obviously, he sees it now, but it's going to be sieged up right outside of this 4th expansion. A very important 4th expansion, by the way.
Broodlords, by the way. I'm not sure how many. Well, they were very exposed. That escalated really quickly as all the Broodlords did die. Ultralisk joining in the fray right now, but oh, that was a terrible engagement for Revival.
Yep, and
more units streaming. Wow, he might actually just barely be able to hang in there, but he lost so much and he couldn't afford.
His supply is plummeting, his money is so low, and STC, look at his money. He's just got so much cash. SCV can probably afford 10 more racks.
The drop's still alive over here as well. This remaining Ultra will fall. Revival, who looked to be in great shape over here earlier when he was decking in the north. STC takes it
Wow,
all.
if we have a TvT final, I'm going to be so sad.
Why? STC against MMA? That's not sad.
Man, we'll be here until 3 a.m.
We're rocking it. What a great game, man. I really thought Revival had it one moment when he was attacking. What are you grinning about? You're still grinning about this hip-hop thing, aren't you?
I think it's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Okay, guys, if you think that I'm right and Bitter is wrong, let him know. Twitter.com/MrBitterTV, because this guy...
Everybody tweet at Roddy and tell him how important...
How is it not important?
Just tweet at Roddy, tell him how important it is, how relevant it is.
What is
to the shaping of our great country.
What important is, though, is that STC takes a 2-1 lead over Revival, but Revival definitely has what it takes to come back. Are we going to see TvT final ban, or is it going to be TvZ after all? Stay tuned and find out after this commercial break.